Good morning Year 6 and welcome to our next home learning lesson. Today's learning objective is to solve subtraction of 5, 6 and 7 digit numbers using written column methods. We will be solving subtractions today with big numbers. What method will you use to solve this question? That's right, it's best to use written column subtraction, as if we try and add these big numbers in our head, we may get muddles. Very similar to yesterday's lesson, but subtraction this time. Time for a quick task. Write this calculation out using a written method, and remember to think about your place value when you do this. Try to solve this using your chosen written method. So it should look like this, with the larger number on top and the smaller number underneath, making sure that our place values are correct. We start with our units column, so that's 4 subtract 2, which equals 2. We then move to the tens column, 0 take away 8. This gives us a negative number, so we have to take 1 from our hundreds column, making 10 take away 8. 10 take away 8 is 2. Now, we did have 2 in the hundreds column, but now, as we had to take from our neighbour, we have 1, so that's 1 take away 5. This gives us a negative number again, so we're going to have to take from the thousands column, making 11 take away 5, which equals 6. Now, to the thousands column, we did have 6 take away 3, but we had to take from our neighbour, so it's 5 take away 3, which equals 2. Then to the tens of thousands, we have 5 take away 7. But that gives us a negative number again, so we're going to take from our neighbour. So we now have 15 take away 7, which equals 8. And the final column, we did have 4 take away 2, but we had to take from our neighbour. So it's now 3 take away 2, which equals 1, giving us our final answer of 182,622. Did anyone make any mistakes? If so, whereabouts? Can you make it a good mistake? A good mistake is when we find it and learn from it. So do that now and make your corrections. Now let's try this again, but with larger numbers. Let's see if you can put it into the correct written method first. Pause the video, give yourself plenty of time to do that. So here we are, it should look like this with a larger number on top, smaller number underneath, and being aware of our place values. So again, we start in the units column. 3 subtract 0 is 3. 9 subtract 5 is 4. 0 subtract 2 gives us a negative number, so we're going to take 1 from our neighbour. So 10 take away 2 is 8. Now we did have 6 take away 4, but we've had to take 1 from our neighbour, so that is 5 take away 4 is 1. 7 take away 5 is 2. 4 take away 8 gives us a negative number, so we're going to take from our neighbour, giving us 14 take away 8, which is 6. And then finally, we did have 3 take away 1, but we had to take from our neighbour, so it's now 2 take away 1 is 1, giving us the final answer of 1,621,843. See, this is the same process even for larger numbers. We can make these numbers even larger, but the written method would not change. We would just have to be aware of our place values. Now it's time to see if we have mastered solving addition and subtraction problems with large numbers. So pause the video, look at each of these questions. And remember to be aware that we're now looking at addition and subtraction. So don't make the mistake of not reading the question properly and adding when you should be subtracting, or subtracting when you should be adding. So here's that main task again. Complete the worksheets on the home learning page, starting with the green to secure your learning, and then move on to the blue and finally the orange. Well done, Year 6. That's the end of another home learning lesson. We'll see you next week for more home learning.